Hey, it's Chris Peel with Bootlegger Entertainment and Bootlegger Comics. Um, I'm just going to go straight into what we're doing. So we're a new entertainment company, and our plan is to kind of go in stages. So we're going to start with comic books, and then as those go, become more and more successful, then we'll start looking into getting into animation, some merchandising. And then if that continues, our success continues to grow, then we'll look into television and film. So it's going to be a long, long ride, and we're just starting. So up first is comics. And our first title that we are going to be releasing is called The Nostradamus Effect. And this is a horror story that centers on a legend of Nostradamus. He had apparently written that whoever drinks from his skull will receive his powers. However, great evil will come upon him. And apparently, during the French Revolution, two friends dug him up. One of them drank from the skull, and he died instantly. A stray bullet from nearby fighting struck him in the head and killed him as soon as he drank from the skull. Now, I first heard that story when I was about 12 years old. I was watching a documentary called The Man Who Saw Tomorrow. That was narrated by Orson Welles, and that just stuck with me. I thought, how incredibly cool. What if it was true? And I always thought that would be a great basis for a story. So here we are, and that's the basis of our first story, The Nostradamus Effect. It's going to be a limited series, most likely going to be around 10 issues, and it'll have a definitive ending, no sequels. However, the universe it takes place in will be expanded. And we've got about 5 titles right now in development that will follow Nostradamus Effect. Now, again, not as sequels, but as their own stories within the same universe. We also have a couple of 2 titles that will be completely standalone, not in the same universe, not tied to those at all. They'll just be standalone, specials. One of the titles that we have in development for the Nostradamus universe is one called Cryptid Chronicles, and that's going to be a humor book. I love humor. I love making people laugh. That's what got me into doing comics in the first place with Some Big Lumberjack and Half-Ass Publishing, was parody. And so this Cryptid Chronicles title will be a humor book, and I really feel like it lends itself to animation. And I'm doing some research now to try to find a way to animate it like as soon as possible. If we can make it work, then I'd like to get some animation rolling out pretty quickly for the Cryptid Chronicles. But back to the Nostradamus Effect. We're going to crowdfund it, and our campaign will launch on January 21st, 2026. We do have an artist for pencils and inks, and his name is Carlos Granda. He's doing the first commission I've done is for the first 5 pages of the book, and he's already gotten the rough pencils to me, and I've gone over them. They're absolutely beautiful. He's gotten 2 of the 5 pages back to me with final inks, and just absolutely fantastic. We have brought on Champe Ramirez for colors, and they work together a lot, and so I'm looking forward to seeing the life he brings to it with his colors. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So we'll launch in January. It'll be a 30-day campaign, and I'm trying to figure out like stretch goals. What are going to be what our stretch goals are going to be. One idea I had, which I love, is a plastic skull mug. Like if we hit 10,000 or something, everybody who purchased a copy will get their own skull mug. I just think that's really cool. But anyways, trying to think about that. One thing we won't do is a digital copy. Not going to do any digital copies. The first tier will be for a hard copy of the book. And then I think if when it gets funded, we'll do the second issue. We'll probably do a tier where we print issue 1 and 2 together. But still thinking about that. Of course, that's way down the line here. But I do have 8 of the 10 or so issues written. So there'll be no, waiting around a long time. It'll just be waiting for the art. And I can tell you right now, Carlos works fast. So that's great. But I'll do another video here and show the roughs and then the 2 final inks I've gotten from him. And then once I start getting the colors back from Champe, I'll share those as well. So hey, I appreciate you watching, and I'm going to be sharing as much. I want to be completely transparent about this and share our process and really my process, and of course the artwork and things like that. And I just really look forward to this journey, and I'm going to be learning a lot and sharing a lot. So I look forward to seeing comments, hearing people's thoughts, and I guess I'll catch you next time. All right, I'm Chris Peel from Bootlegger, out.